Hi, my YouTube friends and family. I'm back again, and today is it's Saturday, and it's May the 10th, and it's 2014. Of course, everybody should know that tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I would like to wish all the mothers a very happy Mother's Day, and if you're a subscriber and you're a mom, an extra special Mother's Day to you. And I said I would get on here and just make a short little follow-up video to the two previous videos I did where I talked about the piezoelectric and how these people can run electric currents going through your body by placing something in your body, and preferably in your ear. They want it in your ear because your ear leads directly to two places that are very important that they can manipulate all they want, and that's to your brain and also to your throat. Because you know, when you go to those doctors, if you go for a problem with your ear or something, you go to an ENT doctor, ear, nose, and throat, because those three things are directly related: your ears, your nose, and your throat. And let me just close this because it's like a storm outside. It's a rainstorm. I don't know if you can hear it in the background when I'm closing my window. But I know they placed a couple of things into my ears because I can feel them. When I put my finger inside my ear, I can feel it, and it's probably more than one thing in each ear, and it's probably something very little and minute. I found another picture of something that I found on the net to show you the size in correlation to a person's finger. It's just like the size of the head of a pin. So they could easily use an otoscope and specially equipped otoscope and shoot that up into your ear. And once they get that into your ear, then they can carry on the charade that they do where they try to play God. Because with me in particular, they're always trying to play God. They want me to believe that they have so much power and they're in so much control of everything, and they can control everyone and anyone who I go around. They can control them, and they can get them to do things and say things and everything. And it's just like totally absurd, because what I think about is, like, isn't there things in the world that's going on that they don't notice that they could try to control? Like all the tornadoes and the storms right now, right outside my window, it is like raining cats and dogs. I don't know if I could even turn this computer and kind of let you see outside my window, but it's coming down. Let's open this up so you can hear it. You can hear it. You can see the trees and stuff shaking. Close that back, but just close that back. Sorry about that, because this computer was kind of old, so it sort of messes up. But I've just grown accustomed to it. So even though I have better computers, and I mean, I even have I can even do it on my iPad, and I also have an Apple computer, but I don't really get online on that because, as I told you before, my whole entire life is being monitored by these people who are gang stalking, organizing the gang stalking against me. They have put programs onto my telephone. They have put programs onto every computer that I use. They put programs onto my iPad. They put programs onto everything. And then after they put programs on my iPad and phone and all that stuff, then they have the nerve to get in here and broadcast and want to ask me about things that are on my iPad and things that are on my telephone. Well, if you can read minds and all that stuff, why are you asking questions? Why are you broadcasting your filthy voice into my home to ask me what is the meaning of something that I put onto my iPad or something I put on my phone? Shouldn't you know that? Shouldn't you already know that? Because they broadcast in here every day. You know, they play this charade thing, and they're always saying, oh, well, we know what you're thinking, and oh, you just thought this. Like, they do it in real time. They'll be like, saying all these different things. Oh, you just thought about this and you just thought about that. And I'm like thinking, no, I didn't just think about that. You're not in my head. And no, I didn't just think about what you just said. So it's like mental and psychological games that they play because they want to play God and they want to be God. So if they want to be God, instead of putting so much focus and so much energy and spending so much money on me, one single solitary woman, why don't you put it on people in the world? Why don't they put it on kids that are hungry, that go to bed hungry at night? Why don't they clean up the world from all the ills that are in the world? Look at all the things that's happening in the world. You got things burning up, like on the West Coast, you got forest fires and different things, everything catching up on fire and stuff, and you got all these tornadoes and things that's making sinkholes and stuff. Why don't they concentrate on that? Why don't they play God and put a halt to all of those things? Because that would save this country a hell and all of a lot of money for when they have to go and do these cleanups, when these tornadoes rip through towns and they completely damage everything. They knock down everything. They leave sinkholes. They just had this a couple weeks ago in Baltimore, I believe, Baltimore, Maryland, where they showed it on television. It was like a whole long row or like a whole street full of cars that were just, in a sinkhole. Why don't they address those things? Why don't they play God towards those things? You know why? Because they have absolutely no control over any of those things. So they figure they have to control something, where, or someone who they feel as though they have to fear for whatever reason it is. Because I know for a fact these people are filled to the brim with hatred and rage towards myself. And the reasons why they are filled with this rage and this hatred and such anger towards me is best known between two people, them and God. I don't try to sit around and wonder what are their thoughts about me, because I really don't give a rat's tuchus about any of them. None of them mean anything to me. They are nothing more than a bunch of career criminals who have set up this elaborate scheme to take down people who they fear and people who they have some loathing for. And I'm like thinking, well, why don't they look into the mirror? Why don't they look into the mirror? Because all the things that they're doing to me, it's obvious that they don't feel as though these things that they're doing are wrong. They think that they have a right, and they think they are justified in the things that they do to people when they organize stalkers to come out and watch you, and stalkers to come around you and say things, personal conversations you had in your home, or to say names of family members and stuff. They don't see anything wrong with this. They think that they are more than justified in doing all of these things. So like I said, if you want to look at the man in the mirror, start with yourself. What they need to do is to hold up a mirror and look into that mirror and tell themselves, okay, well, like, what am I doing? I guess I think I'm a good person because I'm organizing, stalking, I'm torturing another human being. So that makes me like a real great, an academic human being, put it that way. But I'm not going to waste a lot of time on them, because when I get on here, I more or less like to give information on anything that I found out. And like I said in my other previous videos, I put up one that was just mostly typed up because I couldn't get to speak freely. Then I put up one to talk about the piezoelectric and how they electrocute people, and then they try to pull the wool over your eye to make you feel as though, oh well, it's coming from something else and they can do it this way. They may be able to do it other ways, but I know for a fact this is what they're doing to me. They have used I don't even know what to call them. Like a low down dirty dog physician, and I wouldn't even call that person a physician. I would call that person a butcher. To place something into my ear, I believe they use a specially equipped otoscope, and then they shot up maybe between 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 different things that they put into my ear that they can stimulate and get to do this piezoelectric stimulation, and then that stimulation causes a electricity to course through your whole body, so that my whole body is shaking, and it feels as though like if I were to swallow Alka-Seltzer, but not with the water. Just take 2 pills and just throw them down my throat and just, maybe take a sip of water to get them to go down my throat. And then once they get into your stomach, it feels like everything is just fizzing. So basically that's what they're doing. They're using their tactics to electrocute me and to do all kinds of things, because they're so filled with rage and so filled with hatred, because they're always saying things like, oh, well, you can't do anything to us, and we can do this to you, and we're the CIA, and we do this and we do that. And I mean, they're just nothing more than they're career criminals. That's what they are. And my question to them is, why don't you do this same thing to your own family members? Why don't you do this if you have a mother and a father, a sister and a brother, a cousin, an aunt, a great aunt, a grandmother, a grandfather? Why don't you do it to all of them? But they're in to hear them say it. Those are good people. Okay, so they wouldn't ever do that to their family, because, oh, that wouldn't be a good thing to do to their family. But it's a good thing to do to people who they basically don't even know. Because the only way that these people know of me, like I said, I told you I was on the internet, and I got into a chat room, and there was people on there, and as soon as I got into the chat rooms, they were in there just like that. They was like, quick. Like I would go into one chat room, and within minutes it was like 30, 40 people. And I thought what they were doing was they were maybe using their computers to pretend as though they were different people, maybe 5 or 6 people at the same time. And then they had like maybe a group of them doing it. And that happened like years ago. And I mean, they have held on to this, and they have held on to it and gone with it. And up until this very day, they're still doing the same thing. Now, I was just reading when I looked on... when I was coming into my channel, they have like the stories and stuff on there. I see where I think they said Dr. Dre sold his beats, the beat things that he had, like the earphones or whatever. He sold it to Apple for $3.something billion. So now he's the first hip hop billionaire. So like I'm saying, the ones who are doing this kind of stuff, you will never see them on any pages making any kind of money, because they're on 12-hour shifts. And they have headphones on, and guess what? They themselves are being watched, because it's double duty, because the people who are giving them their orders, they're watching them watch us, and people like myself, they're watching them watch us to see what kind of thing it does to them, like what, how do they feel and what are they doing, and if nothing is happening and they can't get the person to do what they want to do, they're writing all of this down too. They got their scientists watching them more than they're watching us, and they just don't realize. They just figure, oh yeah, well, we're in, and we know these people, and these people like us, and they gave us just this job because they liked us. No, they gave you that job to organize and to watch me, because they're watching you too. And this goes out to the ones that are organizing the stalking against me. Guess what? They're watching you while you watch me. So every time you get on there and you in there and you beating it off, and you can hear it, you can hear the clapping, and they beating it, and they doing all kinds of stuff. Guess what? They watching you. And guess what? And if they're perverted enough, which most of them are, because a lot of these people that come from these governmental agencies, CIA, FBI, all of that, a lot of them are stone cold perverts. Okay, a lot of them are perverts. You got a lot of them that are good, but you got a lot of them that are stone cold perverts, and they do perverted things. They're pedophiles. They do all kind of nasty stuff, and a lot of them hate women. A lot of the men, they hate women. So some of them are gay, and some of them, they just don't like women. Okay, well, this goes out to y'all. Guess what? They watching y'all too, and they probably got videos of y'all in there beating it off with your headphones all on, standing there flipping your page with your naked woman on there. You're flipping your pages, and you're beating it, and you're beating it, and you're doing this, and you're oh, that's all you can hear sometimes. I mean, they're just so sick and just so nasty. But that goes out to y'all. So while y'all sitting there thinking that y'all is on the top of the totem pole, be advised, you on the bottom of the totem pole, and it's only a matter of time before your number come up. And guess what? They're going to be doing you the same thing, because you're going to have on your headphones one day, and all of a sudden, out the clear blue, you're going to hear somebody else's voice in the background, or you're going to hear somebody else's voice around you. Because how do you know they haven't fitted you up with something in your ear yet? I can answer that question. You don't know. You're going on a wing and a prayer. And guess what? All of y'all are atheists. All of y'all are Satanists. You don't believe in God. So guess what? You don't have a wing and you don't have a prayer. You have nothing. So it's only a matter of time before, guess what? They click yours on. And you start to hear people talking in your head the same way you're talking and broadcast it into my home. They're going to do the same thing to you. You're going to go into your house and walk home and diddy bop like you normally do every day, diddy bop and going home. You so happy because you've just tortured somebody for 12 hours. You're going to walk into your home, turn that key, click, click, and get into your house. And guess what? You're going to hear the same type of voices like what you put into somebody else's surroundings, and you're gonna hear the same redundant tapes the same exact way. And that goes out to the ones that are sitting around and they got these headphones on and they sitting and they watching you. They watch you sleep, they watch you eat, they watch you go to the bathroom, they watch you take a shower, because this is a part of their psychological torture. So with me, they have every kind of torture. They've rolled out the red carpet. They have the psychological torture. They have the torture where they send people to walk and follow you. They have the physical torture where, excuse me, what they put into my ears, it affects everything. It affects my whole entire body. So they have like the whole entire thing. They've got everything figured out. But the one thing that they forgot about is that there is the great Almighty. And he is looking down on every single thing that they're doing, and they're not getting away with anything. And even the ones that's sitting in these 12-hour shifts and they're sitting in these rooms and they jerking off and they got their porno magazines and they're saying stuff like, oh, I'm naked and I'm doing this and I got girls in here and I got this. Okay, well, tend to your girls. You know, your girl in the book, that's your girl. Your girl is in a book. But that's what I really wanted to get on here and say. And like I said, I don't even want to spend a lot of time talking about these people because they're so nasty and they're so perverted, and they think because they come from some agency that they gonna get respect. Well, they get no respect from me, because I don't respect people who torture other people and sit in a room on a 12-hour shift and torture a woman because they hate women so much. They just can't stand women. Like the looks and the thought of seeing a woman makes them sick to their stomach. Okay, well then you need to deal with that. Go and get some therapy. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe something happened to you. Go and get therapy and go and get some help, because that's what you all need. And this is going out to the ones who are torturing me and doing what they're doing to me and identifying themselves as, we're the CIA and we're this and we're that and it's our agency and our agency will torture you until we get you to do what we want you to do, and you had better listen to us because we're the CIA. Well, okay, I'm telling you, I'm not listening to any of you. I don't care what 3-letter agency you come from, because you don't mean nothing and your agency don't mean diddly squit to me. You are nothing to me. You are nobody. You are a bunch of perverted men who need to seek some therapy, and before you seek therapy, go seek God. That's what you really need to do. You need to get with God first before you get with any therapy, because therapy will not help you, because all of you are very, very sick. Okay, that's what I wanted to say, and I got a message on here, so I got to check my message. Sorry, I'm coming right back. Okay, I'm always sitting in here, and I'm in here all day and nobody sends me a message, and then as soon as I decide to make a video, then my phone starts blowing up. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say about these dirty dogs. And I said I was going to do a video and tell you a little bit about Satanists, and I'm still going to do that because I have to first do a little research on it. And as horrible as that's going to be, because I really have no respect for those types of people at all. People who call themselves Satanists, because the man who was the head one that started this Satanist movement and stuff like that. His name is Aleister Crowley or whatever his stupid name is. He has a bald head and some big eyes, and he looks like Uncle Fester. He was a pedophile. He was a known pedophile. And this is what they do when they're Satanists. This is a part of what they do. These are the things that they do when they go to these covens and they have these meetings and they have these high priestesses and all this kind of stuff like that. This is what they do. They're pedophiles and they do all kinds of nasty, dirty things. Okay, but I will leave that for another video, and it will probably be something kind of short because I don't want to spend a lot of time on perverted, dirty, evil, wicked, diabolical people. I just want to let people know a little bit like what I know and what comes to me and what I know about the ones who are doing this to me. I know they're all Satanists. The ones that are actively seeking my demise, I know that they are all Satanists because they pose nude and they show their body parts and stuff, and they got pictures all up on the internet. I have like 3 of the pictures, and I just may post that and also put their name on it and where they work for your perusal. Okay, so anybody who is interested, just keep watching my videos, keep watching my page, because like I said, this gonna get down and dirty. You heard? It's gonna get down and dirty rather. And the 2 in particular know who I'm talking about. One I call Skinny and the other one I call Shorty, because the both of them is the same. And I said I think the both of them is boyfriend and boyfriend as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so that's how that go. They know who I'm talking about. The one, the Skinny, that was always talking a lot of trash about he had money and he got this and he got that and he this and he that. So why are you on the internet taking off your clothes and showing your private parts? Why don't you go spend your money? That's what I would like to say. Go spend your motherfucking money. That's what you need to do. If you got all kinds of money, why the hell is you in my house, and why are you broadcasting in my ear and in my house? Why don't you get yourself a woman? That's my question. And the other one that work up in Northeast, up in the office up in Northeast, and I'm gonna say the office where it is. I may even go up there and take a picture of the place and show you where he worked. And the same thing go for you. Why are you broadcasting in my motherfucking ear? That's what I would like to know. Why don't you get yourself a woman and get out of my damn house and get out of my damn life and get your own damn life? That's all I want to know. Those are the 2 in particular. And then there's other ones, because like I told you, I work with these people in South Philly. I took care of their mother, and it was a brother and a sister. It's like a tag team, and the 2 of them, they also were gang stalkers, because that's where it really started when because I had like a live-in type position. And when I would go to sleep at night, I would wake up in the middle of the night, maybe, wake up out of a deep sleep to go to the bathroom, and I would hear all kinds of stuff in there. I would hear them, the son and the daughter, I would hear them maybe on recorded stuff, or maybe they was awake because probably they couldn't sleep. So they was probably doing it in real time, and I would hear them like saying things and calling my name and saying all kinds of things, and that's the first place I ever heard it. So I'm also going to put their names up too, and possibly even go down to South Philadelphia where their mother lived and take a picture of her house and put it up and say where she lived and put all that stuff up here. Okay, because that's how it's going to go down. Because if they feel as though they have the right to stay into my life, then I'm going to get into their life, and they know who they are. And the 3 names from South Philly, the girl name is Natalie. Her brother name is what's her brother name? Rich and Natalie. And then the other brother, I don't think he really had anything to do with it. He would come over there, and I just don't believe he had anything to do with it. And the mother name was Elsie. That's the mom's name. So if anybody's from South Philly and y'all recognize them 3 names, those 3 people are gang stalkers, and they live in South Philadelphia, and it's on South 12th Street. That's where they live. And I will put up their address. And the other 2 that I was talking about, the one that work up in Northeast, his name is Adam. He work in the office up there. And the other one goes by a fake ass name. By the first name is George, and I will give you his last name. Okay, because like 2 can play that game. If they want to continue on this odyssey, then I'm a step to them, and I'm a step up to the odyssey right along with them. So, and that's that's all I know. But like I said before, It could be anybody. It could be a number of people, and it could be even people that are pretending to be them. You never know. Or they could be themselves. They could be targeted individuals where they have fallen for the bait, and then now they pull them into it, because they're always trying to pull me into it, and they're always trying to get me to do stuff. Oh, well, come in with us and be a part of us and be a part of this. And I'm like thinking, be a part of what? What? Be a part of wicked, diabolical people who torture other people? No, I will never be a part of that. They're always, trying to make deals in here. They're always talking, and we can give you money and we can give you this and that. No, you can't give me anything, because I don't want anything from you. You have nothing that I need or want. But that's what I wanted to say, and I'm going to cut it short because I'm already up to 25 minutes. I got to watch my time, because when I get on here, I get, I just get carried away, and I just go on for hours. But excuse me, I would like to say again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. That'll be tomorrow, because I'm not going to be making a video tomorrow. I don't believe I am. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and thank you to all my new subbies, and welcome to the family, because I say when you subscribe to me, I consider you my friend and my family, and that's that. Okay, so in closing, I would like to say fear God and stick close to God, because we are in end times. And be introspective. Look at yourself and look at your life and look at the things that you are doing into your life, and how are you making yourself a better person to present yourself to God. How are you making yourself into a better person? Because remember, God pulls from all manner and walks of life. God is not going to just pull everybody who is kneeling in a church. He's pulling from all walks of life, because when Jesus came down here and he walked on the earth, he ate and sat with publicans, which were people that was, they was like taxmen and stealing money and different things. He sat with prostitutes, he sat with people who were drunkards, all those kinds of things. So God pulls people from all walks of life, and it doesn't matter where you are in your life, what you have done in your life, as long as you repent for what you did and what you have done, and then you start to walk down a straight path. It's not like you're going to repent today and say, oh, I'm so sorry for everything I did, and then you get up tomorrow and then you're back to your old games or whatever, and then you just start the whole process all over again. That is not doing it. When you want to come to God and when you want to give yourself over totally to Him, you have to repent for all of your sins, and then walk away from them and don't do them no more, and become a better person to present yourself to God as a clean, new individual, because this is what He requires of us, and that's what I try to do. So in closing, peace and love. I love you, my family, and I enjoy your company, and come back and visit me again. And here's a kiss for you, and another happy Mother's Day, and a double kiss for the mothers. I love you. Bye. Come back and see me again. I love you.